Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Breaking news coming to us from Detroit's west side, where a man is dead after police say he was hit by an SUV. We're glad you're with us at 11. I'm Devin Skillian.
And I'm Kimberly Gill. The crash happened at the intersection of Wyoming and Oakman Boulevard. Tim Pamplin is on the scene with the night cam. Tim.
This fatal pedestrian collision occurring along Wyoming Avenue, southbound lanes at Oakman Boulevard on the west side of town. This is just south of Chicago. The pedestrian was struck by that Jeep Cherokee there. Heavy front end damage. Now the victim, being told a middle-aged man, lays just beyond that medic unit there up on Wyoming Avenue. There's nothing the medics could have done for this man. Hit at high speed, I'm being told. As you can see, heavy damage to the front of that vehicle. Wyoming's been shut down again. This is Wyoming Avenue. All lanes closed at Oakman Boulevard on the west side, just south of Chicago. That is the scene on the west side with the night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
Hey, Tim. Also breaking tonight from Farmington Hills, 8 Mile Road is back open after being shut down for hours due to a pedestrian accident there. It happened in the westbound lanes at Inkster Road. We're told a man was hit by a car around 6:45. We're still trying to find out from police what happened and how the victim is doing.
Tax plans are rolling in Lansing tonight with some notable changes from the original pitches. This as the state, of course, is sitting on a $9 billion surplus and trying to decide what to do with it. We have such a surplus, in fact, that an automatic reduction in the state income tax of 0.2% is supposed to be triggered shortly. But instead of allowing that to go into effect, the Democratic-led legislature has its own ideas. Mara McDonald live downtown tonight. Do a little math here. I wasn't told there was going to be math, so I'm leaving it to you.
Neither was I, so I checked my numbers multiple times. So here's the plan, Devin. The governor's plan includes $180 checks for everybody who files a tax return in Michigan. If you are an individual, regardless of what you make, you're going to get a $180 check. If you are a couple that files jointly, you are still only going to get a single $180 check. But wait, there's more. Let me show you. Compare and contrast the $180 plan from the governor to the reduction in state income tax from 4.25% to 4.05%. For example, if you make $50,000 a year, that's $100. At $100,000, that's $200. Your savings increase the more you make. If the Democratic-led legislature approves the governor's $180 check plan, the income tax reduction will likely not be triggered. So it's really one or the other.
Law was put into place so that when our government got too much money, an automatic trigger would happen. And that's what we're looking at right now. We're in a position that we can actually give real financial relief long term.
Interestingly, there's been a shift in tone when it comes to retirees. The original plan was to repeal the 4.25% tax on, and this is important, public employee pensions only. Now, after criticism, it appears other pensions will be included as well, but unclear on what the final reduction in tax will look like. For retirees living on savings and 401ks, this will do nothing for you. The other part of this deal boosts the earned income tax credit from its current 6% of the federal credit to 30%, which helps low to moderate earners.
When we focus on these three methods of putting money back in people's pockets, we can guarantee it gets there, we can move fast, and it's a heck of a lot more meaningful for folks.
Back here live. So here's where things are going to get very interesting in Lansing. The governor's party controls both chambers of the legislature. It is clear that they have the votes in both of those chambers to pass all three of these items. However, those margins in both of those chambers are so thin that to get this to go into what is called immediate effect, they're going to need Republican votes. I don't think those votes are there yet, so we're about to see how this new shift of power and balance and creates what sort of public policy. It's going to be fascinating to watch. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
It sure is. Nicely done, Professor.
Good with the math, right? Thanks, Mara. All right, now to new information on a story we first told you about last night. A relative is in custody after a boy dies in a house fire in Detroit. That fire happened Sunday at a home on Lindsay Street near the Southfield Freeway. Police are saying the 6-year-old boy was home alone. We We have no details on who's in custody yet. The cause of that fire remains under investigation.
In Macomb County, a murder-suicide is under investigation in Shelby Township after 2 people were found dead inside a home. It actually happened Friday night on Mesa Drive near 26 Mile and Mound. Police say a 26-year-old man and a 25-year-old woman were found dead around 6:30 Friday evening. Police are not yet commenting on how they died, but neighbors are shocked and worried.
Something like that could happen anywhere, I guess. Even if you feel safe at home, you might not be. So that's just terrible.
It's scary. It's very scary. I have an alarm, though, so.
But police are saying there is no threat to the public.
Happening tomorrow, sentencing is set for the man arrested in a deadly hit and run in Van Buren Township. Kenneth Barrett took a plea deal last month and pleaded guilty in the death of 26-year-old Nataya Hardy. It happened last July near the I-94 Service Drive and Beck Road. She was hit in an area where there's no sidewalks or street lights. Investigators were able to determine the make of the car that hit Hardy and arrested the 61-year-old driver during a traffic stop nearly 8 hours after that crash. Barrett faces up to 15 years in prison. Also tomorrow, a Detroit man faces a judge in connection to an assault that led to Detroit police officers shooting him. 32-year-old Billy Hill faces several assault and weapons charges. Police say Hill walked into the Citgo on 8 Mile Road and Berg and locked the door. At one point, he pointed the gun at customers outside and then at police. That's when the officer opened fire. We will, of course, keep you posted. The death toll continues to rise after a powerful 7.8 earthquake rocked Turkey and neighboring Syria.
More than 4,700 people estimated dead so far, thousands more hurt. The focus right now on the rescuers working around the clock trying to find survivors in the rubble. Tonight in Turkey, the heartbreaking death toll keeps rising. The fear now, more aftershocks. This one captured today on live television. The reporter starts to run. You can hear a building crashing down behind them. Later, finding a family that somehow made it out alive. That quake hitting 12 hours after the first earthquake overnight. A magnitude 7.8 captured on security cameras, bringing down buildings in an instant. Here, rescuers are combing through the rubble when another building collapses nearby. Rescuers are racing to find survivors still trapped. The quake hit along the Turkey-Syria border. In Syria, volunteer rescue workers from the White Helmets, more used to rescuing civilians from bombings. Many of these victims, refugees who had already lost their homes in war, like 18-month-old Ragad. Rescuers saved her life, but her pregnant mother, brother, and sister were killed. One survivor in northwest Syria described emergency crews' desperation.
Some few people working in their bare hands.
For this region, afflicted by war and an earthquake, help can't come soon enough. Well, the U.S. is sending teams to Turkey to try to help with the rescue efforts.
Yeah, heartbreaking, yeah. On the eve of the State of the Union address, President Biden is reportedly making last-minute changes to his speech, specifically regarding China. Sources tell NBC News parts of Biden's address are undergoing edits to reflect the suspected Chinese spy balloon being shot down after traversing the United States. Sources also say the speech will not include new policy pronouncements in the wake of the spy balloon incident. The president is also expected to tout economic achievements and lay out his pitch for a second term, even though he's yet to officially announce a 2024 run. State House Speaker Joe Tate will be among the Michigan guests at the President's State of the Union, and you can watch it at 9 p.m. right here on Local 4. $747 million is up for grabs in tonight's Powerball jackpot.
So time now to check tonight's winning numbers, and they are 5, 11, 22, 23, 69, and the Powerball is 7 with a multiplier of 2. It's a big jackpot. We'll see if this is a winner tonight. Yep.